right, what is up? What's going on? My name is Ari, the Healing Empress, aka the Fly Goddess. All right, let's see here. What is going on in your energy? All right, Spirit is saying pay attention to the patterns. All right, depression, darkness, and gloom. Depression, darkness, and gloom. Water. I got protection. All right, you could feel down about a situation. Something needs to improve when it comes to your happiness, all right? Sorrow, a loss of grief, broken relationship, or bad health. All right, so something is going on with a relationship that you're having. It's adding depression and darkness and gloom. It's like not really looking forward to anything. All right, it's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of, I don't want to say negative energy, but all right, hold on. Let me make sure sound is here. Okay. All right, so there's some sort of energy that is shit. And you have to get up and rinse that off. There is some sort of energy that is overpowering a situation. All right, you can have a lot of distractions at this time. All right, let's see here. There's something around you, some sort of energy that isn't helping a situation. The lovers. This is a relationship, all right? Some sort of partnership, some sort of union, all right? This relationship could be blocked in real relationship. This is blocking you from something real, or this is blocking you from your real journey, what it is that you are supposed to be setting out to do. All right, transition here. Something's going to fade away in a relationship. Anxiety, nightmares, depression, worries, and fears. All right, departure. Yeah, something's going to end when it comes to a relationship. Achievement here. It's like God is pushing you outward. All right, God is pushing you outward so that you can achieve something. All right, long-term vision is some sort of goals that you need to set for yourself, or you need to set some sort of goals for yourself. All right, childhood. All right, this could be somebody that you've known for a long time. All right, magician is here. But I hear manipulation. All right. Voodoo is here. Somebody could be doing some sort of placing some sort of voodoo on somebody so that somebody will not move on. All right, new beginnings is here. Somebody could be doing something behind the scenes, opposition. All right, Empress is here. Empress is a mother figure. All right, protected by a mother figure is what I'm hearing. Choices. Something is affecting your decision. Something is clouding your judgment. All right, my eyes burning. So it's like something is affecting your vision, your sight, how you see things. All right, strength is here. Celebration and abundance. All right, so you're destined to be abundant. All right, but you have to watch the people that you have around you. All right, the people that you celebrate with, the people that you create with. All right, the people that you intertwine with. All right, energy transferring. All right, so you gotta be careful who you sleeping with. All right, because you're taking on their trauma, animosity. Yeah, you're taking on their traumas. You're taking on their issues. You're taking on their feelings. All right, and that shit is detrimental to your life. All right, Hierophant guidance. All right, Spirit is trying to guide you elsewhere or try to guide you to something different. Yeah, leaving energy is here though. All right, you're being guided, or somebody is being sneaky, a deceptive, cunning. This person is whoever this person is, who you're in this relationship with. This person is sneaky, deceptive. All right, theft is here. I'm hearing the thief of joy. This person is not helping your situation. Confusion. This person is putting you in a state of confusion. All right, if you ever seem like you don't know which way to go, type of energy. All right. And this is the motherfucking truth. All right. The Ace of Swords talks about divine clarity. Oh, that's the ultimate. Yes, the ultimate truth. All right. New ideas, mental power, truth, and breakthroughs and clarity. All right. It's time for you to be aligned. All right. It's time for you to explore other options. All right. Because whatever you're attached to, there's an entity there. All right. This person is holding you back. All right. It could seem like a blissful situation, but it's holding you back. It's stopping you from being successful. All right. Envious and jealous. All right. You got to be careful. When it comes to the jealousy, a lot of times you can't see it. All right. Love offer. All right, because a lot of times jealousy comes in all types of forms. All right, somebody could be jealous of the way that you're loved. All right, jealous of your support, like just jealous. All right, somebody is false around you. All right, somebody could be jealous of a home situation or your family situation. Wisdom and guidance here. Conflict. I'm not seeing anything good about whoever this person is that's in your energy. All right, this person has a major effect on you. All right. And this could very well be somebody that, you love or whatnot, but this person, evil eye and abuse, this person, mm-hmm. I was finna say a fucking disaster waiting to happen, but destruction is here. All right. This person is going to bring destruction to your life. Jezebel energy. Jezebel energy. This person is going to bring destruction to your life. Yeah, your ancestors are speaking loud and clear to you. All right. This person could have dealt with the community betrayal. This person can't be who you think it is. This person cannot be who you think that they are. Third party. Health concern is significant. All right. Ancestors are wanting you to heal from this person. It's almost like if the ancestors are protecting you. by any means necessary, then they'll do whatever it takes to remove people from out of your way in order for you to be successful. And somebody is being deceptive, and a sneaky, cunning theft, hardship, poverty, insecurity, needs. If somebody is in this negative energy towards you, I mean, your ancestral bloodline ain't gonna have it. So it's almost like either you pull back or your ancestors pull back. All right, and their pullback would be a little aggressive. All right, because if they know that you deserve better, they're gonna do what's necessary in order for you to get it. Yeah, you deserve an empress. All right, abundance, fertility, nurturing, creativity. All right, not somebody who doing spell work on you, because this person doing spell work. You karmic masculine is here, relationship. All right, I don't know if this person is doing spell work to turn you into a karmic masculine, just to have you, complacent, or this person is doing spell work with a karmic masculine. Is this person doing spell work with a karmic masculine? Relationship. This person could be dealing with somebody. Is this person dealing with somebody else? Is this person dealing with somebody else? All right, so you could find out something about this person. All right, but whatever you find out, you're gonna be unbothered about the situation. All right. God is bringing, but I'm hearing a foundation is meant to be broken. All right, because somebody else is coming in or making room for somebody else. That's not the person that you're supposed to be with, point blank. All right, mentally and emotionally unstable. All right, charity. I'm not saying that they are a charity case, but it's a false person here. All right, rich girl. Health concern. This person is about money. They don't love themselves. All right, transition here. Somebody could be passing away. I hope she ain't doing no spell work. If she doing spell work, somebody definitely gonna pass away, and it could be somebody older, somebody who she sees as a mother figure. All right, a grandmother or a mother. Flying monkey. Oh, something about her family. Tell me about this person's family. Expectations. Shit. I was seeing all these fucking nice ass cards. I was seeing sweetheart, expectations, tradition, celebration, and then voodoo fucking comes out. Why is this voodoo here? Why is this voodoo here? Hostile health concern. I'm telling you, ops. Somebody doing voodoo to cause some sort of competition, to cause some sort of issue, some sort of divide. All right, karma. This person finna catch karma too. All right, for doing whatever it is that they was doing. Somebody's karma could be somebody passing away. All right, the veil. Seeing beyond things. Divination. Somebody does divination. Somebody be fucking off in the spiritual realm. But I got a message right here. Somebody finna get a message of concern, a lover. Confused. Look, didn't I tell you them ancestors? All right, so your ancestors is pushing somebody off you without a choice. Rayu Kadero, without, yeah, high priestess, damn show is. Spirit is moving something out of your way because spirit got something in store for you. Rakadero. Ace of Wands. Moving forward, a new beginning, inspiration, creativity. All right, it's just this person is holding you back terribly. All right, you got so much potential here. All right, confidence. Come, right, go press off. Growth is here. All right, all you have to do is love yourself. Bring me a tablet. All right, Wheel of Fortune is here. More your tablet. Wheel of Fortune is here. Divine timing, destiny, and fate. All right, 10 minutes. Let me hold it. All right, so again, something is changing automatically. All right, a wheel is turning automatically, just as the world, because a cycle is in it. A cycle has to end. All right, I'm hearing Pluto energy. Something has to end in order for something to begin. All right, so spirit is letting something in so something can begin. All right, conflict. That's getting ready to be some sort of conflict. Awakening. This is going to awaken someone. All right, or this is going to put someone on a journey. Or this could put you on a journey. All right, to learn how to trust yourself. All right, something's happening quickly. Fast action, rapid change. You can find out something about a false narrative. Theft is here. Somebody could have tried to steal something. Family is here. All right, competition, challenge, conflict. All right, nice guy. And a Jezebel, love spell. You definitely dealing with somebody who will do any and everything in order to basically keep you in bondage. Damn, this person doing spell work. Fuck it. This person is willing to do any and everything. Travel, evil eye is here. Wealth. This person don't want what you think that they want. Again, this person got an entity. There can be no balance brought to this person. Um, this person could be getting sick soon. Something about occupation significant. Twin flame. Lovers again. There's a decision that you are getting ready to make, or there's a decision that you need to make. Community. Somebody for the community. Mm. Somebody for the community. Let's see. You got some doors opening for you. I'm gonna use these tarot cards next. You got some doors opening for you because you're going to make the right decision. And as hard as it's going to be, it's either basically you make this decision to better your life and leave this person behind, or you want the worst for you and this person, or you don't want to see this person succeed. All right, or this person don't want to see you succeed. All right, resentment is here. Resentments. All right, when you move forward, people might resent you, but so the fuck what? All right, you're doing what you need to do for yourself, your life. All right, and you don't want to be with somebody who's intentionally doing shit to fuck your life up. Death and rebirth. You got something good coming towards you. I'm telling you, but it's not gonna come until you get rid of this person. Like literally, when you get rid of this person, when you make this change, all of this shit, it's just gonna happen for you, and you gonna see like, damn. This motherfucker was blocking my motherfucking shit the whole time. Transformation. You're gonna see how quickly spirit shows you who holding you back. All right, skill. It's something that you need to be working on. It's something that you are skilled at. It's something that you are skilled at. Spirit wants you to focus on yourself. All right, renewal. Spirit wants you to focus on yourself. Something is getting ready to happen to turn your life around. That's going to bring you into feeling whole. All right. Resourcefulness. All right. You're very abundant. All right. You have all the tools to do whatever it is that you set your heart out to do. Exploration is here. Truth and fairness. All right. But you have to use your discernment. All right. When things seem too good to be true, a lot of the times, all right, it is. Completeness is here. Make sure that cord is not on the hot part. Passion is here. All right, it's something that you're passionate about. It's something that you're passionate about. It's something that you need to do. All right, union and power is here. All right, union and power is here. So it's like once you do something for yourself, spirit is going to start to bring in so much stuff for you. All right. All right, change is here. All right, meditation. All right, so being with yourself, sitting with yourself. Transformation. I'm telling you, things are getting ready to change in your life. But you got to get whoever this person is out. All right. You can't let this woman be your downfall. Because right now this person is your downfall. All right, union and power. Yeah, renewal. Intelligent. Your situation is getting ready to change whether you want it to or not. All right. Yeah, strings attached. Offers come with hidden expectations. All right. Just be careful of the offers that's coming towards you. All right, divine timing, not denied, just not yet. All right, so there's something that you got denied for, or something. I feel like it's something that you wanted, God has for you, but at the same time, it's who you with blocking your blessings. All right, promotion pending, recognition, elevation is here. All right, Spirit wants to elevate you. Spirit wants to give you way more. All right, Spirit wants you to keep you stable. But when Spirit doesn't want you with a certain person, all right, things will subside. All right, things will get drastically hard. All right, big fish, a major offer with high reward. But are you willing for the sacrifice? All right, you have to sacrifice things that no longer serve you. All right, recognition, visibility, praise, and being noticed. And being noticed. All right, golden opportunity, a rare and valuable chance. But you got to let go of the past in order to move forward. All right, the interview, a conversation, elevation phase. That's right up on the elevation is near. I'm telling you, everything you want is right there at your fingertips. All right, and there's only one thing stopping you from being there. All right. But I just feel like that's gonna change. All right, slow money, financial growth is steady but not instant. All right, so you could be getting way more than what you're receiving. All right, you got royal inheritance here, generational wealth, legacy, and lasting financial impact. All right, right now you're being underpaid. You deserve so much more. Don't slam that door because they've been saying something about it. All right, underpaid. Your value is being minimized. Power play, ego, control, dominance issue. All right, somebody want to be in control. All right, somebody think they're bigger than the program. The resume, presentation matters. Polish your image is something that you need to change about yourself. All right, you need to start caring more about self. All right, opportunities is here. Unexpected offer. All right, something comes in suddenly. All right, budget check. Watch your spending or your resources. All right, watch your spending or your resources. A second chance is coming back around. All right. Again, this is something that you wanted. All right. Whether this is a person, place, a goddamn thing, shit. All right. This is something that you wanted. All right. It's something that you are attracting, but you have to get rid of the things that are holding you back in order for these things to come in. All right, because you divine assignment. This opportunity is tied to purpose. God got so much for you. Like, I'm talking about, God wanted to have it to where you don't want for shit, but God wants to give you all of this. But God does not want you dealing with somebody who's going to take. All right, who's not. God not gonna give you what you want when you're not with the person that God needs you to be with. All right, the person who you got to be with got to elevate you. They can't take you backwards. Hell, shit, they got to want more than you. All right. Spirit wants you to use your discernment for sure. All right. Energy exchange. Check whether this energy is balanced. A proposal, a offer, a serious one is on the table, but you have to walk alone. You getting ready to walk into abundance and something new. You need to focus on that. You need to let go of the old because the old is pulling you all the way the fuck back. Missed opportunities, misaligned opportunities. All right, because of a binding contract, you're gonna have to fix. You're gonna have to fix it. You're gonna have to make a choice. Do I want the things that I deserve in life, or do I want to settle and have the bare minimum? All right, because what you doing now is like the bare minimum. All right, when you're capable of doing so much more. All right, and that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, feel free as always. And remember, please use your discernment. All right, because motherfuckers really think you slow.